Hello, we have a tip or trick here in Facebook for you, and this has been a specially requested tip or trick, so I hope that you enjoy it. It has to do with your news feed over here. So many times I've heard people talk about how they want to toggle their news feed away from top stories, which is the default. Whenever you go to Facebook, this is what you get, versus most recent. Now, when you toggle to most recent, what happens is Facebook resorts your feed, all your friends, all the pages that you like, in a chronological order. The only problem with this chronological order, which people really love, is that if I close out of Facebook and I go back to my browser, and I'm using Internet Explorer, and I open up Facebook again, it will resort back to top stories. So the problem is with top, the default here is that this is what you're going to get, and people, when they make this setting, they want it to stay this way. Well, there really is no particular way in Facebook. I have an active Facebook, so I apologize for all these notifications, but there's really no way that Facebook has to make this permanent. However, I want to show you something. When you do click on most recent, it does change this setting up here in your URL or in your address line. It puts this question mark SK equal H underscore CHR, CHR standing for a chronological order to your feed. Now, you could take and you could right click copy this, and you could paste this or type this every time you want it to go to your recent feed, or tack that onto the end. But that's an awful lot of work, okay, to copy and paste that every time that you want to go to your chronological feed. You might as well just, go in and toggle it. So one thing that I'm going to suggest here is that you bookmark it or add it to your favorites. And so if you go to your, again, I'm in Internet Explorer. If you click on your little star, it's going to allow you to save a favorite. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this as Facebook, and I'm going to put most recent on the ends. And I'm going to save it. My favorites are so intense. I've got so much that I save and bookmark, but I'm going to put it in a special folder. Maybe this will be another tip or trick one day, how to make folders and organize your favorites. But I made a folder called Tips and Tricks that I'm going to save that in. Okay, so now if I open up a new tab and I want to go to Facebook, I can go to my favorites. Whoops. And in my favorites, I can go to my tips or tricks, and if I click on Facebook most recent and bring up my Facebook through my favorites, it's automatically going to bring it up in the hang on a second. Let me try that again. I'm going to bring it up. I was clicking too fast there. Most recents, boom. See how it brings it up in the chronological place? And if I go to the ... see how it's set to most recent. So by choosing it out of your favorite settings and clicking on it and getting to Facebook through that means, so that this is automatically on the end, you don't have to keep toggling that setting. I don't know if that's going to help you, and I'm assuming that people were using the desktop computer, but if you think that's feasible for you to mark that as a favorite or copy and paste this is what you need on the end. Whenever you go to Facebook, this has to be tacked on the end to make it come up that way.